say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great to hear Skylar Cole singing the national anthem before today's contest. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson, and Allie LaForce, our reporter. And a look now at the Detroit Pistons' upcoming schedule. On Monday, they kick off a road trip in Miami, where they'll take on the Heat. Then on Wednesday, they'll be facing Paul George and the Philadelphia 76ers.
The road is never the highlight of your schedule for any team. But for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
Looking at the starting five for the Boston Celtics. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Brown in at the 3. And for Detroit, Thompson and Harris are the 3 and the 4. Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. And it's Duren in at the 5. And it's the Pistons to start out. You know, in game 2 of a back-to-back, just how drained are you from yesterday as a player?
You know, B.A., proper rest and stretching can help a lot. But you're not going to be your usual self at the start of game time. Believe that.
Now here's Cunningham. Pass to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Brown. Thompson's shot is off. Among the best in the NBA for a few years now, Jason Tatum. RJ, he's still quite young. How can he get even better?
Oh, he can just get wiser and wiser, and that's what happens with young players. They get to a physical level where they can dominate, but where they get better is mentally. They get mentally stronger as they get into these experiences more.
And Harris throws it down.
That body control, baby. Harris smashing through it.
Cunningham against Holiday. Pass to Brown. Now Porzingis, covered by Duren. And when Porzingis can be a third option on a team, he is deadly and efficient, RJ.
We've always seen Porzingis as the guy or as a second option. But when he has elite teammates around him, he really flourishes.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. And though they've had a lot of high draft picks, Grant, the Pistons are still fitting everything together.
Yeah, and we've seen plenty of rebuilding teams go through struggles, and then suddenly everything clicks. But you have to have experience mixed in with the youth.
Hardaway's checked in for the Pistons. And the Celtics also making a change. Horford, he's checked in for Jason Tatum. Both free throws good from Porzingis. And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls. Shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
Here's Holiday following the score by Detroit. Outside, Brown. And Ivy pulls it down. To the inside. Here's Harris. And Harris throws it down.
While he's a bit undersized for a forward, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Puts up a deep three. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Detroit on top. They lead by 4. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And looking at what we've seen from Detroit, what do you guys think?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
And it's Tatum with the ball for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 4, they defeated Washington in their last game.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one, and that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Yeah, they just pummeled them from the perimeter. Did a nice job working the ball around and getting those high percentage looks.
On the court right now for the Celtics. Jason Tatum out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then it's Torrey Craig. Then there's Al Horford. And it's Hauser in at the 3 spot. All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
And it's Detroit with the ball. Following the bucket by the Celtics. For 3, Hardaway sinks it from distance. Hardaway's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, shooting it really well in that spot. Hardaway Jr. lives from the corner.
Pritchard, the pass to Horford. Oh, Horford wanting it more.
He saw him pass to the rim, and he took it. The defense just couldn't stop him.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Time for the dance cam. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Come on, show us your move. Keep on dancing. Oh, you must have left your dancing shoes at home.
A big group substitution here for Detroit. Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Tobias Harris comes in for Thompson. Ivy's checked in for Beasley. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Schroeder. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Porzingis is checked in for Horford. Jaylen Brown comes in for Hauser. Derek White's checked in for Craig. And Drew Holiday is subbed in for Pritchard. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Cunningham looking it over. 11 feet out. A nice shot by Ivy.
Just finding room to go to work inside. Ivy really relies on his physical abilities to get a close-range shot.
Brown passes to Tatum. He's off on that one. Good D by Duren. Detroit leading by 5. Pass to Ivy. Cunningham against Holiday. Shot clock at 6. Ivy outside, shoots over White. Ivy's shot is off. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Detroit on top. They're up by 5. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Welcome in for halftime. And what's on tap, you ask? I can answer that. So far, it's been a nice outing for the Detroit Pistons. So, guys, what are your keys for the second half of a close one like this?
Rebound, passing, shooting. I think those will be important.
I agree with Shaq. Whoever plays a better game of basketball, they're going to win.
Wow, that is some in-depth analysis. Rebounding, passing, shooting, whoever plays better. Wow, you guys are earning every dollar. And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a tough start for the Celtics.
They're not showing enough fight defensively. Take some pride in getting some stops. This is when your leader has to step in and say something.
Yeah, tough to beat a team that's shooting double nickels from the field. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. And the league has cut down on back-to-backs, but some pushback for a surprising reason. Richard, teams need multiple days off in order to practice.
Yeah, that's right. With only 1 day off between games, teams don't usually practice on those off days. It's not as simple as it looks.
Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. Down low, it's going to be Harris and Duran. And it's Thompson in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Now here's Cunningham. Ooh, got that one up quick.
They're going to work inside. I like how confident Jalen is from this area.
And at 6'10", Jalen Duran is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter. Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now here's Thompson. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Duran with a screen on White. Thompson outside. Shoots over White. Thompson, no good. And it's Tatum with the ball for the Boston Celtics. 2-point game. They double-team Tatum. And here's Brown for 3. And Brown knocking down the triple.
Once a weakness in Brown's arsenal, now he's a legitimate threat to burn you from deep.
And J.B. Beckerstaff decides to call timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
Here comes the fun, Detroit. It's the Piston Dancers.
And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. Cunningham passes to Ivy. Duran with a screen on White. Ivy outside. Just 5 on the clock. And again, the Pistons missing. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 3 in this second half. White. Duran with a rebound.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
And it's Harris. That time on the assist by Thompson. Harris has got 6 points.
Just ridiculous. He's just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
3 quarters of play and a close one here. The Pistons on top, leading by a point. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
Three tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. The 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the center position, locking down the middle. Now here's White. Ooh, here's White on the drive. And Ivy pulls it down. Pass to Thompson. Cunningham with the ball, hounded by Tatum. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
I love big guards, and Cunningham using the size to perfection.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Detroit?
Ooh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And also, I just love how they've been moving the ball side to side on the perimeter. Great passing, unlocking their offensive potential.
And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line.
He missed the chance to put them up by 3. You know he'd like to have that one back.
Tatum can't hit.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
White against Cunningham. Harris outside. Duran the screen. Harris passes to Duran. And he sinks it.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play, coming through when it matters most.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. He emphasized staying sharp the rest of the way, saying turnovers will kill us. We can close this gap if we take care of the ball. Don't try and overdo it. Let's send it back to you guys, Brian.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. 51 seconds left to play in the fourth. Here's Tatum. Yes! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
I do not care what kind of game he is having. In these moments, Tatum is just different.
Cunningham against Holiday. Cade taking it in. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Drew Holiday.
And if you can't force the turnover on that play, then that's not a bad foul.
For Detroit, Cunningham, Cade. Cunningham. 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, they wanted every last one of those, and he delivered, making it a 2-possession game.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys.
The Pistons high squad. And get back on the court. It's your high squad. It's time to fire off the T-shirts, everybody. We are the 6 man. Come on and get loud.
There's Tatum with the 3. Not going to go that time. They're just trying to hold on to this lead, Grant.
And right now, you just can't afford to be careless. Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Cunningham. Cunningham. 2 shots.
Ooh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that puts him up 5. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
It needs to be a quick shot, then a quick foul.
Pass to White. The 3 is up. Oh, he drained it from downtown. And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. The intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Making no mistakes and putting some extra nails in the coffin right here. That pretty much do it.
And so it's Detroit who scraped by with the win. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
Yeah, get the coffee, because that's the way to close. You're going to face some obstacles in the game, but they overcame every one.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Tobias, congratulations on the win. Do you sense this team is building good chemistry?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is us continuing to find our identity. And what we are learning is we're a great team once we get stops, and once we're able to run, get out in transition. We just continue to find each other's similarities and our personalities as we play together.
Guys, as the year goes on, they continue to get closer.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for being with us. So long and good night, everyone.